Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like whoa. Mustard on the beat, bro, deep bro, any rap. He a freak though, man down, call like Ember Lambs. Tell him breathe, let them boys to the cross, they walk around like these. What's up with these Japonio? Trying to see Compton. In the street can they hate me, bump them all in they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. Finna crash on his body, I'm John Stockton. What? Beat your and hide the Bible if God watching.
Out of this whole video, I just want to give Ferran Torres flowers.
You want to give him his flowers?
Look, I've talked shit about you. I've put you down. I've requested a transfer or at least a loan. You know, I want my money back.
On FIFA.
I wanted to check if there was still a warranty on Ferran Torres.
Yeah.
You can return him. Barcelona do it again.
Again?
Again.
Again and again.
And again.
Okay, here we go.
Barcelona have become this formidable team. I think it's very hard to beat them.
Yeah.
And I can't think of any team right now in Europe, you know, besides La Liga, that can take them on.
They've become a strong horse, eh?
Very, very strong.
Yeah.
And last night, this morning, living in Australia is not easy.
No.
Trying to catch up with these games.
Not at all, man. You know the time difference.
So yeah, we played Atletico Madrid. They're a very strong team. Very rough.
Yeah.
Very rough team.
Yeah, they won it. That's, you know what I mean? You're going to be rough if you want it.
Yeah, Atletico Madrid got I think they got 6 yellow cards in the game.
Yeah.
And they had the least amount of fouls compared to us. So that tells you everything you need to know.
It shows that they were pushing for it. They just couldn't get the ball off you guys.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They should have had at least two red cards, in my eyes. The first one, Zapilaqueta, is that how you say it? I think he comes off behind Rafinha, kicks him in the Achilles.
Yeah.
Studs up and everything. Should have been a red, you know.
But you know what? He's always been like that. Even that's ex-Chelsea boy.
Yeah,
So-
he is too. Yeah.
So he's always been like that though.
Yeah, Azpilicueta. That's how you say it.
He's a very, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a defender, bro. Like
He's born Atletico.
You know what I mean? So playing rough play, that's his play.
Yeah. But it was rough, very rough at the beginning. But I was impressed with Barca because they were not, you know, giving in to those little silly challenges. Because sometimes when you get a silly challenge, it kind of makes you want to back off a bit.
Yeah.
But Barca just kept going. You know, they had control of the whole game.
Yeah.
Well, the first half, they had control of the game.
Yeah.
And that's when they actually got their first goal. But Yamal on the right side was killing everyone.
But he's a creative, and he makes it look easy. He makes it look so easy.
He does. I feel Yamal is the most exciting player. And I'll say that Lewandowski is a poacher.
Yeah.
Rafinha, effective. Pedri, he's all round. He'll make a great pass. He'll tackle.
Yeah.
You know,
He'll do the runs.
dribble.
Yeah.
You know, progress with the ball. He'll do everything. He's just, and he does it all up here.
Yeah.
When he's doing it, doesn't look like he's trying. He just looks like he's just a lazy. He reminds me like an Ozil.
Yeah.
Just the way he plays.
Yeah.
Very like slow motion. It looks like he doesn't care what he's doing, but when he's doing it, you appreciate it.
Yeah.
When you've played the game,
He's got flair with his play.
when you play the game, you appreciate how easily he makes it, how simple he makes it look.
Yeah, because it's called nailing the basics.
Yeah.
It's being 100% with your basics, man.
He's
not doing too much. but
He's
you
done
can
all
do
the maths in his head
Yeah.
before his legs actually start moving.
So he's done the calculations, man.
So he's like 2-3 steps ahead.
Einstein.
He was too good in that game. But there's one player in particular that I want to highlight.
Yep.
Ferran Torres.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, the beginning of the season, I was not happy with
You
him.
weren't a fan of him.
I
You
was
were not
not.
a fan of Ferran Torres.
I was not. The shark, they call him. You know?
Why do they call him the shark?
Honestly, I don't know exactly why they call him the shark. But I've heard a few things or a few answers to it. Apparently, he has a pet shark
Yeah.
in his fish tank or something, or his pool, whatever. but also apparently because of this mentality that he has lately, you know, where he comes in clutch when you need him. He's like a Bellingham of Barca.
Yeah,
you know?
Okay.
So they call him the Shark because he smells blood and he attacks,
goes for it.
You know?
Attacks, yeah. Great.
So yeah, they call him the Shark, and he came through in this game, and his goal was the the sole reason why
you guys
we
won,
progressed to the final. You know, Lewandowski came in after, but so the main reason why I'm saying Ferran Torres, the reason I like him is not just for his goals, but it's because he makes the team a little bit faster, like in terms of like the way we play.
Yeah,
it's a little bit quicker, and he's always running in behind. He's pressing, and he's got that one touch about him. When you give him the ball, he just one touch.
And one touch.
Lewandowski, he holds onto the ball for too long.
Yeah,
we'll do everything else around the whole pitch. Ball is going quick. As soon as it gets to Lewandowski's feet, he's stuck in his feet. He doesn't know what to do with it. He's fumbling. He's falling. He's on the grass. You know,
so
holding his back.
He takes a while to calculate what is going to happen.
He's got that old man syndrome.
Yeah, he's oiling down.
Ferran has just got energy.
Yeah.
It's energy about Ferran, and I like it. The only reason or the only problem he has, he doesn't have that killer instinct that a striker should have on a game-to-game basis.
So he's not a...
He's better off the bench than when he starts. Obviously, there's been games that he started. He actually did all right. For example, the Atletico one and the Valencia one. But he's always more effective when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, okay.
And out of this whole video, I just want to give Ferran Torres flowers.
You want to give him his flowers?
Look, I've talked shit about you. I've put you down. I've requested a transfer or at least a loan. You know, I want my money back
on FIFA.
I wanted to check if there was still a warranty on Ferran Torres.
Yeah,
you can return him. And look, he's proven me wrong. There's a lot of players on the Barcelona team that have proven me wrong. And I think this is credit to Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
One player in particular, I think, is Lewandowski as well, because last season it wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
Pedri has been injured on and off the last couple of seasons, but this season,
he's good.
Knock on wood, he stays fit.
Yeah.
Rafinha, he's soaring. He has emerged. He's a new player, reborn.
This guy's a phoenix.
You know?
He's a phoenix.
Potential Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah.
In this game, not so great, you know, so I'm not going to bash him for it because he's been out for quite a while, maybe 2-3 weeks. You know, he's been on international duty, came back. They rested him for 2 games. Yeah. He looked a bit rusty.
Nah, but from the highlights I saw, like, he still looked like he had a fight. He was still fighting.
Yeah, he was still fighting. Like he looked like he was still in the Brazil jersey.
Yeah.
Fighting the Argentinians.
But yeah, now from obviously I did not watch the full match. I watched the highlights. Just from watching the highlights, like, he seemed like he was hungry for that, like, you know, those goals. But at the same time, I feel like
it was the detriment of the team.
Yeah, like it was kind of the downfall where the team could have scored a lot more goals.
It could have benefited, yeah.
Because I understand you're coming from the international break.
Yeah, you had some.
Obviously, you didn't have the best time in the international break. So you want to come back to your team and do something for the team. Help them, yeah, 100%. But there's other ways to help than scoring goals.
Because I feel like an assist would have done him some good as well.
Oh, 100%.
Because nowadays people counting assists like goals.
Yeah, but look at Yamal. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's blossoming, bro. Because of this,
he doesn't have the most amount of goals, but in terms of assists, he's leading. Like, man, he's crazy,
genius, bro. There's something we need to check that boy. There's something in his head. He has a computer chip, AI or something working in his brain.
I feel like Pedri is the smartest player in Barcelona. Yamal is second for me. The way he plays the game. Yeah. You know? Obviously, there's other players that you can put in there. You go Frankie de Jong, even Pau Cubarsí, for example. Yeah. They're very, like, the IQ is up there. Yeah. But I feel like Pedri tops the charts. And Yamal is just, for his age as well.
He's just learning. That's the thing.
You know?
He's still
I think you mentioned this last time. His IQ is on a different level.
Oh, 100%. For his age.
He reads the game too well.
For his age, bro, it's beyond.
Yeah.
and this is why he's in bad. And you know, I had a thought. I was like, imagine being in the B team or whatever, and there's a 17-year-old on the pitch playing first team,
and you're in the B team, and you're in your
and
20s.
At that point, you have to think, yes, there's something very special about this.
This is why I retired early.
Yeah, damn. You didn't have to go there, bro. We didn't have to go there.
I went for trials, yeah. And I'm, anyways, we're gonna carry it away. I went for trials. I'm already in my teens. I got cut, and I realized there are players in Europe right now playing for Premier League teams at my age, at my big age.
We all had that thought, and I know there's a lot of people out there who had the same thought, man.
Why am I struggling here in Australia when there's people in England better than me,
and this is why
but they're not even playing in any top division.
And this is why we're here, to give you the information, because we couldn't be on the pitch. But
we were good, but not good enough, apparently.
We weren't good enough, but we were good enough to give you information about this game. Yeah. And like, as I said, not watching the full game, but watching the highlights. Yeah. It was a very electric game. It was
not as electric as the first leg, though.
Yeah, okay.
But it was, I think it was more calculated.
Yeah, I guess
it was a chess game.
Yeah. From what I saw, from my point of view, I saw there was very, very freaking amazing, like, parts of the game where you just literally saw fights. Everyone is literally begging. Yeah. Right? It looked like they were begging to just get that ball in the net. Yeah. It was shot after shot after shot, play after play after play. Obviously, Barcelona coming, you know, they're just a team that had the notch over the other team. Yeah. You know, over Atletico Madrid. Yeah. And that got them over that line. Yeah. But then again, like I said this the last video, when you said Atletico should be excited about it, I said they should be worried. Because Barcelona has been a train that can't stop.
No, they have been.
Unbeatable train, man.
Barcelona, I think we talked about it a couple months ago where I was complaining about how sometimes we just need to get one goal. Yeah. And just understand that today is not the day where we need to score 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Just understand that one goal should be enough. Let's be more conservative about how we go forward and actually not park the bus per se, but be more defensive minded. Be more aware. Don't push everybody forward. Keep some bodies behind just in case of a counter attack. And this game, I think we showed that.
100, man. Your defense was working fucking overtime, man. You guys were on like 100%. Yeah. Making sure, blocking balls, kicking them out, getting it out. You know what I mean? You guys made them run more than they needed to. Yeah, yeah. Which was brilliant. Smart on your behalf.
Remember the Liverpool of the first half of the season? Yeah. This Barca is reminding me of that. Because where they're effective going forward, and still hard to beat behind.
Hard to beat behind, yeah.
Pause, but yeah.
I didn't even see it that way, bro.
Yeah, so that's it's crazy. Just like they're very both ways, well, both sides of the field, they've pretty much nailed it. Yeah. We're not conceding as many goals as we used to, you know. Put aside the Atletico one where it was 4-4. That was just a insane game.
It's madness.
But yeah, we've I guess Hansi Flick has kind of come to understanding that we need to be more conservative.
That's 100%.
Understand and read the situation you're in. Yeah. Because sometimes it's not about how many goals you score, it's how many goals you can keep out.
Can keep out, yeah. That's true.
And I think they're coming to an understanding. And you know, slowly but surely, I think we're becoming a more complete team than what we were in the first game of the season.
Even the past seasons, I would say.
Oh, definitely way better than past seasons.
Yeah.
But comparing to the first half of the season, I think we're looking more complete. Yeah. You know, and that's all I can say. And that's all I'm very thankful that we're coming, you know, in form at the right time of the season.
No, it's brilliant.
And we're competing on all fronts, you know. We got Madrid in the final.
Hey.
We're in the final, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Copa del Ray final. I feel like this semi-final was the toughest semi-final yet.
Yeah. But you guys did great. Yeah. And overall, the game was, as I said, electrifying. Barcelona becoming a very strong team. Like, just a train that cannot be stopped. It's going to be very hard for. I can't even now thinking about the final against Madrid.
Yeah.
Obviously, Madrid is kind of all over the place. They're just slowly finding their feet.
Yeah.
You know, Mbappe is starting to open up.
Yeah.
Bellingham. Obviously, Bellingham being clutch.
Yeah.
You know, the clutch warrior.
Clutch again. Did you see the game?
No, I did not watch that game, but I can 100%.
He literally got the goal they needed.
Yeah, I mean, so Vinny, I don't know, but then again, as I said, Barcelona, very strong team. You guys are very connected, so I can see you guys progressing and just winning that, but it's not going to be easy.
It won't be easy.
It will not be.
Look,
easy.
People are already getting carried away with the whole treble thing.
Yeah,
I want to take it one game at a time.
yeah. Just
Every
take
game I
one
wake
game
up
at a time.
to watch, I'm like, let's win this game.
Yeah.
I don't care if we don't win all 3 trophies. We need to win at least one. Look, if we don't win any,
Yeah,
this has been a great season. Bear in mind what happened last season
yeah,
and how we played football.
yeah.
The fact that we're still in all 3 competitions this far and we're in one final, and actually we already won. We already won a trophy. I forgot what. My mind is running blank.
Yeah,
Won a trophy in one final. Champions League, we're doing all right. La Liga, we're first,
yeah,
which we weren't last season. We're third last season around this time. So we're doing great. So I want to congratulate Flick for bringing the same team up, by the way.
yeah.
And we're doing just amazing. And that's all I can say.